I will never forget this as long as I live. Coach Brown, 2005 National Championship, first thing out of his mouth was, guys, don't let this be the most important day of your life. There's bigger things in life. There's bigger things to push for. Use this and move forward. I can't tell you the last time I really even thought about high school football or even college football. I'm thinking all the time about what am I going to be doing next? How can I get to the place that I want to be? And I think that's important. Don't ever be defined by, one single time of your life.
Shallow. Oh, 2 for Papa. Come on, baby.
Yeah, you're kidding me.
Yeah, you don't want to see your old man have all the fun, do you?
I'm a very competitive person. Nobody probably hates losing worse than me, except maybe Jordan. I can't tell you how many times we would come back with track meets. If he didn't win a gold medal, if he won a silver medal or a bronze medal, he threw it on top of the gym over there. That's a little bit extreme, but if you want to be the best it's ever been, you got to have a pretty high standard. And that's not anything I certainly taught him. I mean, I just think that he had it from the time he's been little.
Well, I guess I'll go back after my same tree. There might be a school of them out there. I think the motivation that I have, there was a part of it that was inherent, and then there was a part of it that was learned. I come from, on both sides, passionate people that could not stand mediocrity. I ran into one of my Little League coaches the other day, and he reminded me about it. He said, one guy got a hit off of you one time. You were so furious, and he said you just kept throwing it harder, and you kept throwing it harder. You were almost screaming when you were letting the ball go. He said, I knew, watching you at that point, that you weren't going to be like everybody else was. For a long time, Texas high school football has kind of been the beating heart of Texas.
Community is sometimes judged on being, it's a good place to live or a bad place to live based on the football team.
Friday nights, the whole town just shuts down. Everybody goes to the football game.
Go!
Somebody's wife gets sick or somebody's husband gets sick and they give their tickets up, we've got somebody waiting for them.
A dad that's a coach in a town like this, he's almost like the president.
Hey, quarterbacks, I want a flash fake this time.
Growing up here myself and being able to come home and coach at my alma mater was really special, but people have no way of knowing the pressure that I felt because I took it so personal.
Every game you play is for the hard way.
I have to have the respect and the support of the town and the parents and the players. He said, you just better be the best one out there, otherwise you're not gonna play. That was something I had to kind of live with and accept, and it was hard at times, it really was.
How in the world could I expect anybody else to be at the standard I wanted to be at if I didn't require it for my own son? So I was hard on him.
Hey, big play here, let's go!
I always wanted to make him proud. In Texas, you're measured in wins and losses. My dad was that way. I might have had 8 catches for 3 touchdowns and 200 yards, and it was always like, yeah, this was good, but man, you could have done this, and you could have done this, and you really could have done something.
Who gets after it out there when it's raining hard? Who practices when it's cold? Are you ready to do it? Are you with me? Well, then let's go get after that tail!
By the time he finished his high school career, he was the leading receiver in the history of Texas high school football.
It was a quantum leap from high school to college level, especially at a place like University of Texas.
Snapping back to throw, looks, fires, deep on the right side, got Shipley open, he got it!
Having broken some long-time records at the University of Texas, playing for the national championship, that's a lot of pressure.
You do it all the way when you're doing it and then get your mind totally off of it. So that was outdoors for us. That was us getting to go out and be completely separated from it and just free your mind and just be.
I've got a safety, and you are shut out.
2-0.
2-0.
The pro stuff, it was tough, but it wasn't as tough. You learn how to play with pain. My dad always told me, if you ever get hurt, he's like, you better get yourself off the field. And so that was always my mentality, and more so than that, if it was possible for me to play, I was gonna play. That was more difficult than my wife, I think.
He got knocked out cold in the end zone, and I was watching him on TV with his eyes rolled back in his head, zoomed in on his face, and after that, I honestly never enjoyed watching him play again.
I'm on point now. I don't think he accomplished everything that he wanted to accomplish in the NFL. There comes a point in time where you go, I have a life ahead of me. I want to be a dad. I have some other aspirations that I want to do, and It was a relief because we knew how much he had gone through, 7 surgeries, numerous concussions.
I was in a place where I was beat to death and I was just kind of ready to look at something else that I could make a career out of.
It was no question in our minds that that's what he was supposed to move on and do.
For about the last 2 years, I've been hosting an outdoor show, the Bucks of Tecumate, mostly focused on white-tailed deer, but I've got to do a lot of other stuff too. One of the great messages that Dad taught me, do the best you can when you got that opportunity, and then use everything you learned to go do something else in the next phase of your life that's equally as powerful or as important to you.
It's not about money, it's not about things, it's not about accomplishments, it's pursuing your dreams.
I've learned so much from my dad as a role model, how to motivate somebody without pushing them too far and without burning them out and without living vicariously through them. Learn how to be a man and learn how to provide is going to be something that I want to instill in my kids.
There's an old Indian proverb that says, prepare the child for the path, not the path for the child. You know, I've told them all the time, take the things that you didn't like about me and learn from it.
My wife is going to be maybe a little bit of a buffer. She's like, will you be okay if they don't play football? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I gotta, this is Texas, man. We got to play football.
I'll remember the football, I'll remember that stuff, but the time when we're laughing and cutting up, those are the times that really matter. You know, that's what counts in life.
Throwing a fish.